Shit. All right, guys. Big weekend, big fight happened. Let's get right into it. Ramirez, the fight. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so guys, I was trying to force feed you with a big boxing spoon. Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez for the undisputed 4-belt, 140-pound championship. The fight paid off. The fight was a success. It was a great fight. Did you watch it?
Last 2 rounds.
Well, then you missed everything that happened.
I know it sucked because I was like, "What channel is it on?" and it was over.
So I want to ask your opinion on who you thought won because for some weird reason, I had Ramirez winning the fight, even though he got dropped twice.
Really?
I'm not saying he should have won. I'm imagining I'm probably in the wrong here. I probably scored the fight wrong, but there was a lot of very close rounds, and I thought that Ramirez's output won him those rounds just because he was more active. You know what I'm saying? You know when a guy's just more busier, he can kind of sway you to get the round.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll rewatch it either in the next couple days and catch into it. The Font fight happened on UFC, and then I switched over and I couldn't find the pay-per-view. It sucked. So
yeah. So guys, please let me know if I'm a straight up casual. Brady, I want you to watch the fight, please, because you'll appreciate it. It was a great fight. And I want to know if I'm just completely lost in La La Land. But I would love to see them fight again. It's not going to happen, but I'd like to see them fight again.
Why won't it happen? Because it's boxing, right?
No, not because it's boxing. No, boxing. This is boxing doing it right. This is when boxing is the greatest sport in the world. This is when everything aligns, and all you want to do is watch 2 guys do 12 rounds. We had the 2 best guys in the division, or the 2 best, 2 of the 3 best. They had all the belts anyways, and they showed up. They both threw down. Taylor dropped him twice. Ramirez battles back, wins rounds. It was a great fight, back and forth. But we're not going to see a rematch because Josh Taylor has bigger fish to fry. Why get paid maybe a little bit more than you did in this fight with Ramirez for a rematch when you can do a super fight with potentially Teofimo, assuming he beats Kambosos, moving up to 140 for undisputed again, or move up to 147 and take on Terrence Crawford, in which he'll make even more money. So he has options. He's in a position now where he's in the driver's seat.
147 would be tough.
Oh, he's not built for 147. I mean, he's a big 140-pounder, but is he going to do anything with Manny Pacquiao? Is he going to do anything with Errol Spence? Is he going to do anything with Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter? I don't know. We have to see. I don't think he can beat any of them, but we have to see.
Yeah, we've said that against other fighters, though, and they've done better. So, so I'll break some news to you. I don't know if you've seen. It looks like we're probably going to be getting some Andy Ruiz versus Joshua 3. Your thoughts?
No. The WBO just ordered Usyk versus Joshua. What do you mean?
There was a post today that they're talking to Eddie Hearn's talking about Ruiz versus Joshua 3.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is when boxing is toxic and boxing just needs to go die in a hole. Okay, I can't have this. Why is Ruiz fighting Joshua again? Fight Deontay Wilder. Fight somebody like this. We don't need the Wilder Fury trilogy. We've already seen him lose twice. Yeah, he has a draw on his record. Guess what? That's boxing doing bullshit politics. I was there live. All the Wilder fans, all the Fury fans, they all said Wilder got destroyed. It wasn't a competitive fight. We don't need a trilogy. We don't need Ruiz trilogy. This is a joke. No, I don't want it.
And you'll have to check that out after we get off We'll be looking that up. But I swear to God, it happened today. But that's it for boxing news. You know what? I checked. I was watching an old video of I just was looking at old videos of the Canelo press conference. I don't know how I came across the old entourage, and I didn't even clue into what the guy said. He said, "Who has you fought?" Andrade said to Canelo, "Who have you fought?" And Canelo's like, "Who have I fought? Like, are you serious?" Like, I just thought that was funny. I was watching that today. I don't know.
When you take Manny Pacquiao out of the equation because he's 42,000 years old, we're going to get to Manny Pacquiao in a second. I'm going to talk about him. Canelo Alvarez has the best resume in boxing. Whether you think he won those fights, the Lara fight, the Trout fight, what other fights were controversial in there? The Triple G fights. Whether you think he won them or not, he still fought them. So he took the damage. The damage was done. He took that. You can't take that away from him. Win or lose, it's still on your resume.
Mm-hmm. It's Andrade hasn't fought shit.
Speaking of Andrade, it looks like Andrade's going to fight Eubank for his WBO strap, 160 pounds.
So he's going to fight someone.
That's a good fight. That's a 50-50 fight. Like, they're very similar fighters. I don't know. Not much separates those guys. I would lean towards Andre just because he's undefeated, but Eubanks fought the better competition, so I don't know. It's a good fight.
You don't know, yeah. That's tough.
Okay, two things I got to throw at you real quick. I need your opinions on the Wilder Fury trilogy being signed and done for, I think it's July.
How did we go last week from Joshua to Fury being so close to this bullshit?
I don't. You know why.
Horrible. And it's going to lose fans for Wilder.
What happens? What do you think happens in this fight? Does Wilder have a chance? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
He always has a chance. Let's be real.
He's only a 2.5 to 1 underdog the last time I checked, which is crazy.
Really? I might put some money on there.
On Fury. Do you want to jump on?
Yeah, I'll put on Fury.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that. And give me your thoughts on Spence versus Pacquiao that's got announced.
Big fight, man. I don't know. It could look... it's either going to look one way. It's going to look exactly like Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. Yeah. Or it's going... You know what I mean? Where he comes out and it's just like, fuck, this guy's way too good.
Yeah.
This is Pacquiao. But I don't know. It's either going to look like that or it's going to look like Sean Porter versus Errol Spence, where Errol edges out a win. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah. I think people are underrating Pacquiao in this. I do favor Spence, but I think Pacquiao's foot speed and hand speed is going to be an issue, especially early. He's going to trouble Spence before Spence adjusts. Him being a southpaw is interesting because Spence is also a southpaw. He hasn't fought many southpaws. What else? There was something else I wanted to say.
Size difference, though.
Size difference is huge. But, if Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia can go the distance, Pacquiao's not getting stopped. So the over-under, the over's looking good. I don't know what the numbers, I haven't looked at the odds yet, but the over is looking good for that one.
Spence is turning more into a decision fighter.
He is, but he's also fighting a lot better fighters.
Yeah, he's fighting smarter.
He's using his jab more effectively. I feel like he's kind of gotten away from his body work, though, that he used to do. Look, the body shots he's landing on Kell Brook and whatnot, it opened up the shot that broke his face.
Reese said recently that if he beats Spence, that Manny Pacquiao's greater than Floyd Mayweather. I think that's a little bit over the top.
See, I agree. I completely agree. Look, at 42 years old, bro, beating Errol Spence, that's insane. That to me, okay, you tell me if I'm wrong, but Pacquiao at 42 beating a 30-year-old Errol Spence is a better win than Mayweather beating Canelo when he was 36 and Canelo was 23.
But listen, at the time of Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yeah.
People said that Manny Pacquiao was old. Well, since then, Manny Pacquiao's won a title. If he goes on and beats Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao was in his fucking prime still. Let's be real. Floyd's always going to be the better fighter.
Whether he was past his prime or not, it doesn't matter because Manny and Floyd were the two best welterweights on the planet at the time they fought. Was it a little too late? Yeah, we would rather have seen it early. But guess what? They were still the two best at the time. Manny had just beaten Tim Bradley. Floyd had just beaten Canelo and Maidana. They had cleaned up the division. They had to fight each other, and it is what it is. I completely agree, but don't you think a head-to-head matchup is only part of it, though? You can't use a head-to-head matchup as the complete argument of greatness, or else we would have situations where Anthony Joshua is better than Vitaly Klitschko, or Vladimir Klitschko.
I think that I'm a little biased in the way that I think Floyd's resume is one of the best too, though. So,
of course it is. But Manny's is right there. It's for someone to say Floyd is still greater than Manny. Okay, that's completely understandable. But if someone to say Manny is greater than Floyd after beating Errol, completely understandable. I'm okay with either or. You're picking two of the greatest boxers to ever live, so it is what it is.
Now, what if he beats Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford?
If Pacquiao beats Errol and Terrence, dude, we're talking the greatest welterweight of all time. That's maybe the greatest boxer of all time. It's ridiculous.
He's so close too, right? This one big fight, people don't realize how big this next fight is for his legacy.
Yeah, Yeah, this came right on the tails of Joshua Fury falling out. So thank you, boxing. You took away one mega fight. You gave us one that I didn't want as much, but hey, man,
randomly.
Huh?
He didn't even see it coming.
No, if Spence versus Pacquiao is my consolation prize, my sorry, I'm gonna slap you in the face a few times and hand you this instead, I'll accept that. Slap me some more.
All right, but we'll get more. We're turning this show into a Pacquiao versus Mayweather talk. Let's get to the boxing talk this weekend.
Yes. I thought you were gonna cut me off. I was like, we got to talk about the fight. We got a big one for you this weekend. We got Jorge Linares taking on the email champ Devin Haney in Devin's biggest step-up fight to date. People, if you don't know who Jorge Linares is, please go watch the highlights for his Lomachenko fight. That's all you need to know.
I'm not okay. First of all, I'm not impressed with Devin Haney at all.
Nope.
I think Linares. I got Linares winning a decision, but I don't know. I've just never been impressed with Haney. I think he talks a lot of shit, and his skills don't match what he does. He hasn't beat anyone. Has he beat anyone?
No, he looked like a world beater coming up through the ranks, fighting in Mexico, which, okay, rightfully so. He fought, then he kind of like, I wouldn't say had a step up, but he fought guys that at least you'll know their names because they had a slight pulse, like an over the hill Gamboa and somebody else he fought that had a kind of a name I'd heard, but I wasn't 100% sure. And he didn't look great, man. He hasn't looked great since he's had that small step up in competition. And now
I lost some connection. We had to come back in. So what I was saying was it happens with technology. We all can't beat Bill Gates with the best internet. We got, I guess, can crushers or cab drivers, pies to good fighters, to great fighters, to elite fighters. He's only at good right now, and he's struggling. So what happens when he gets to elite, or not elite, great, not to elite? Like, I don't know. He just doesn't seem like a fighter that can handle the pressure of being a champion, in my opinion.
See, people think that I hate on Devin Haney because I have him ranked so low in my rankings. The way that I talk about him on the show, it's like same with you, same things you say. I'm not trying to hate on him. If he proves me wrong, prove me wrong, man. I'm just telling you what I see. I don't see this greatness from him. And I haven't seen what he's being touted as shown in the ring. Does he have it? He very well may. Fighting Linares is a big step up. It's going to show us a lot. If he does what people think he can do to Linares, like what the general consensus is, he's supposed to walk over Linares. I got Linares by decision like you did. If he dominates Linares, I got nothing to say. Okay, you're a real dude. You're real. I just don't see it happening. But I do want people to understand that this Linares is a little bit long in the tooth. He's had some wars. So if he gets hit, his chin is shown to been a little bit weak sometimes. I hope that he sees it through, but I'm taking Linares by decision.
I'm taking Linares by decision, and I can't stand Devin Haney. He said some, like, what was it, that racist bullshit back in the day about white people or whatever. He doesn't see, every time he talks, he I don't know, he just needs to be slapped in the mouth. I hope, win or lose, he gets Ryan Garcia next. I think that would be fun.
Ryan will put him out.
You think so?
Dude, out cold.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. So, but I do have Linares taking his. What belts does he even have right now? I forget.
WBC.
Isn't that crazy? And who did he beat?
He didn't beat anybody. He got given it because
that's what I mean.
Yeah. When Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell, it was for the WBC vacant. Then they took it from him, made him franchise champion, and then just gave it to Devin Haney. So Teofimo is the WBC champion. I don't care what anybody else tells me. Teofimo's the WBC champion.
You know what Teofimo would have done to Haney?
Oh, that's a crime scene. That's a crime scene.
Anyway, I think that's it for this weekend. Is there anything else boxing wise?
I just want to give a quick shout out to Nonito Donaire. He's fighting Nordine Ubali. Ubali is a up-and-coming guy. Not up-and-coming. He's a world champion. He's trained by Roy Jones. These guys don't get much recognition because they're fighting down to like 118 pounds or something like that. But if you don't remember, Nonito went life to death with Inoue a year and a half ago or so, and it was a great fight. So I'd like to see the old legend get one more big win under his cap. I don't think it's going to happen, but Nonito, please get this done, man.
All right, we'll check this out, and we'll get back to you guys next week.
All right, we're out.
We're out.